Blade is one of the worst 7 stars? Well, we'll have a look at that. Frames per second being an issue? There could be something happening at some point. Promo codes and many more things we need to discuss in this edition of the MCN. Today is going to be a very big coverage day. We've got a Mega Days, we've got new side quest stuff, incursions, a whole plethora of things. But Mega Days is what I'm going to be focusing a lot of the content on over the next kind of like 2 to 3 days. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Open up, hopefully a 7-star Mega Sentinel is fingers crossed. But lots of coverage, keep locked to the channel. Notifications on all, Twitter or X, Discord, all these places you're going to get full info about things, including guides and other stuff once I have finished work for the day, because day job and then YouTube in the evening, it's a thing. So let's kick things off with bad 7 stars. Look, I've got 17 7-star crystals saved up so far for the big 7-star opening I'm doing in about 2 weeks time whilst I'm on a little bit of holiday. I say that, I've just finished the little kind of like animation of MCOC at sea. More on that when I'm actually able to be at sea. But in the meantime, some of the worst 7 stars. This is a basic infographic of some of the champions that are in the basic at the moment. I've put a link to it in the description. It's the April one. I don't know if this has been updated since, but as a lot of you know, maybe it's a Titan Crystal, I can't remember, that, well, Blade's in. And Blade divides opinion, okay? It divides opinion. You can get 7-star Deadpool and, of course, 7-star Thanos and, what, 7-star Kang as well? But there was an interesting thought from this particular player, and you can see, like, it's very mixed. 57 agree, 49 disagree. And it's on the subject of Blade, right? Sakyam says, let's talk about Blade on his own. His synergy partners Ghost Rider, Dormammu, and Mephisto are deadweight on offensive, so you'll never bring them along in any realistic questing situation. Not to mention Battlegrounds or Alliance Wars Gauntlet style content, where you're limited to just 1 or 3 champions. Blade's ideal matchups would be Dimensional Beings, which make up 14 of 270 champions. It's factual. In these matchups, he's a good counter, his damage is decent, and at best he shuts down the ability pretty well. However, 5 of 14 of those champions are bleed immune, with Fam, future Ant-Man, being a partial bleed immune, making it 6 of 14. So there are 8 champs Blade counters on his own: Chavez, Gallon, Magic, Mephisto, Purgatory Spot, and what's that one? What's Cow and Hood? Cow? Rintra? Where he'll be full potential damage wise. From that lot, you'll almost never see Purgatory, Magic, or Defense. Changing, they really release 6-star Magic though, and Hood is pretty easy fight with or without Blade. That leaves Spot, Chavez, Gallon, I'll say Rintra, and Mephisto. These are good defenders, I will admit, so he's has 5 effective matchups in full potential. Do you know what? I can't argue with the reasoning here. That's logic, right? Of course you can debate, and we're going to see some debating between us, but I like it when somebody's at least gone as far to kind of grab information on this, because then it just provides a good structure for a debate off of. Aside from those 5 matchups, Blade is on his own and will be without Danger Sense bonus. He'll be a regular bleed reliant low damage champ with no utility. His regen from a Sig is nice on paper, saves potions, but in practice it has lost its value. If you're using that regen in Battlegrounds, you already lost the round. It works for questing, but I'd rather take other skill champs with better damage and utility over the regen and abysmal damage that Blade offers. AQ, yeah. His debuff duration reduction is a low value ability. But of course, and there's more to this, right? There's more to that particular thought process and structure along the way. I personally, if I got a 7-star version of Blade, I would, and even with a 6-star, I don't know where I would fit it in. And would it be in AQ? More than likely. Would it be anywhere else? Nowadays, I don't even... It's very rare I get a Magic on defense in Battlegrounds. Like, it's rare. Like, once per season. So that's the only situation I might want to use that. But again, like, would I want to? Is it best to have something else in the deck? Would I draw it? I don't know. I really don't know. It's not 2017 anymore. Quest nodes nowadays ask for specific utility, which Blade only has one to offer. Bleed. For Bleed, there's much better 7-star options. Jilth, Black Panther, Black Cat, Masakre, Moleman, Jabari, and even Hawkeye. And it goes on further. So let's read other things from people. What other people are saying? I'd rather have got a nostalgia Blade pull than my stupid useless thing pull. Yeah. God, I think it's just I want to say this is the debatable forum thread where it's very mixed. Believe it or not, that thing gets some SIGs. He'll be a good Battlegrounds defender. Yeah, I think that's the thing. You can really invent things. Not too bad. I don't know. Me personally, I didn't think that was too bad of a point. Agreed, there is no points to add on. He isn't even the best counter in his few matchups anymore. Hope you get him to 200 signatures soon. All right, okay. Blade may be the worst in Titan, but the actual worst 7-star in any crystal is Venom the Duck. I think the problem with this thread, which I think is still important, those were very relevant points about usage of Blade. But I think the fact is, each to their own. The each to their own logic of looking at this is you will have trash, which is another man's treasure. So someone else is trash, but is your treasure. And that's something that I've had to kind of really contend with the fact that I believe King Groot is a fantastic champion. His survivability makes him an ideal option. Same with Deathless King Groot in so many different various pieces of content. But to a lot of people in the player base, he's not seen in the same way. But there you go. That is what it is. But even then, Blade isn't bad. He can still counter those dimensional beings and has some okay damage outside. He still has that regen, which is super useful in questing and other stuff. However, make him top tier again whenever the opponent is bleed immune, gain a fury. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I think, but the problem is we're trying to change the champion, and Kabam aren't changing the champion, are they? They're not kind of allowing him to have things like a vicious passive, or they're not allowing to have fury at a given point. I like the character. The champion at a 5-star was ideal for the community at the time, but it's not 2017. I would say he needs more. Would you ascend a 6-star Blade and figure out that that's going to be acceptable to take in different? I don't know. There's a big conversation to be had on this. Very big conversation to be had. But it's an interesting debate. Okay, convinced me. I consider Blade a decent pull, but after reading your post, I realised that he is terrible nowadays. I plan to wait for the next Titan pull because I want to avoid to pull Morbius again. I have to worry that Blade will still be there, and I guess that's something I got to worry about with the Titan crystals. Yeah, look, I don't know. Put in the comment section, where do you stand on this? This is again a relevant. Oh my god, what's that? I've really been enjoying him. Always run Deep Wounds anyways, as he's so good in Battlegrounds and can be a sneaky defender. Well, there you go. That's the thing, the other side, isn't it? And this is why this is so on different sides of the spectrum, with people that like Blade and don't like Blade, think he's effective, not effective, those that run him in Battlegrounds, but also run him in other content. It's a very good balance of things. Anyone post a 7-star Blade video? Now, I've just literally scratched the surface of this debate. Go and check it out in the link in the description. But look, there's Blade being used in Battlegrounds, and this is without the dupe to kind of great success. Very strange, very good, very unusual. But what are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section about this particular thought process around trash 7-stars, or one man's trash is another man's treasure. Quickly on to a Sandman bug, which is not particularly good. Yes, it may feel that Sandman has been nerfed, but that's not the case. It looks like he is bugged. Recently, there was something in the bugs and fixes section to say that his resistance was being looked at. Now, people might say, well, resistance may not play any kind of part here, Rich, and you more than likely will be right. However, though, when Kabam are tinkering with things behind the scenes and under the hood, not hood of the champion, but you know, hood of the car, then anything can really happen. Anything can be slotted out of place, and this is being noticed where Rookie says, right after I took him to rank 3 as 7-star, his final and largest debuff burst doesn't trigger anymore. See below. Given examples right there. I don't know if this is like a before or after type scenario. Given the team to see why fixing him, yep, probably a bug, disappointed, blah, 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 blah. Gets to the point, it's been reported to the game team, so they are aware of this being a potential issue. So if you're looking, working with your Sandman and going, he's not outputting what I thought he was meant to output, then some hope is in sight for you. Okay, quickly on to the subject of frame rate. So shout out to many people that reached out, and of course this kind of went into an issue that we've been seeing older devices struggling to, you know, play the game well, or the game running in a successful rate. But also some other players have mentioned very early on yesterday, I think it was, that they see frames per second is dropping. Of course, people are going, this is, you know, conspiracy theory and stuff. The optimization of the game is very difficult, especially because the game needs to function in a newer age of newer devices. I think I get that. It's a problem for me, and many other players were like, am I going to have to spend money on a new device? And I guess that is going to be down to what is the future of the game when it comes to improved frame rates, especially when players are pointing out which we said right here. Something has just appeared saying frame rate. This device does not support higher frame rate settings. So is there something that's going to be coming to the game? Don't know at this stage. When asked the question on this, which is there is a thread, Kabam Mike did do a GIF saying, I can't read suddenly, I don't know. So yeah, what that's all about, I do not know. Yes, so not great for older devices. I do think there'll come a time where you will need to have like a more modern device. I don't want to kind of admit that that's a thing, but yeah, it could be annoying. Anyway, Kabam did say to this particular thread the following in answer to silent before Kabam might close the discussion for being too mean and overreacting, and saying that it's almost like you knew you'd crossed the line. I remind it is bad to. It's a bad look to start a thread asking a question and then become inflammatory toward anyone who continues to the conversation. I don't know. People fall out on the forums. So in a nutshell, maybe question mark. New thing arrived. Could be a case that we'll see some kind of like frame rate change in the future. Don't know. Needs to be confirmed. Nothing confirmed at this stage. Now we end the show by talking about promo codes. Now this is going to be the last time hopefully I have to mention this, and I don't think Kabam are going to learn from the lessons of having promo codes available for a longer time frame. The reason being that yesterday Kabam put out the promo code. Well, the kind of, you can access the promo code to put in to the web store, but it was for a limited time only. That is really bad. It's really bad. It does mean that you're going to have to turn up to live streams in future. No issue with that. I look, no problem with the way that Kabam want to do the interaction. Come out to live stream, get a promo code. Thumbs up. Like it. Good community vibe with it. What is not a good community vibe is saying, look, you only have 30 minutes to enter it in, otherwise it's gone. Some people go, oh, you know, Legends Crystal, they're bad, like, you know, not good, or, you know, they can have some good stuff in it. I've had times where people have picked up, was it like revives, might have needed revives at the time, helpful items, like catalysts, not catalysts, well, yeah, catalysts, carbonadium cores. There's a lot of things in them. I'm just about to do a video, I think in about a week time, no, 2 weeks time, which has like me opening up 6 months worth. And it's like, if people say, oh, they're not worth anything, or they're not very good, you just watch that video and see what I pick up. And there's a bold statement right there, but we'll have to, I'm pretty certain we'll get something good from it. But in any case, to the point, I don't like the fact they're on a 30-minute timer. I just don't think that's very. In some ways, it feels very anti-community. Except again, just to point out, yes, I like the idea of doing stuff with the live streams. like the interaction side of things. It would just be nice to kind of have them out for longer than that. But that's just, I think that's just the way it is with it, and the kind of exclusivity. So look, I don't think Kabam are going to change their ways, and yeah, the Kabam still want people to be encouraged, as we want to encourage more people to watch our live streams and Discord server when we make the codes available for longer. People just spread them throughout the community, like any good community does. Share information. I'm growing my Marvel Rivals channel, which is just fantastic. It's got great community vibes. People are sharing information, and the developer hasn't come out to say they're annoyed about anything. It's just a good vibe. Like, anyway, whatever. Themselves and not hitting those goals. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on the codes for the future, make sure watching the live streams, follow us on our channels. So yeah, again, I don't mind that. It's just a case of having the code available longer. Yeah, okay, it is a case people would share it around, but that's a community. It's a sharing of information. But anyway, and look, would it come to a point of going like, well, easy solution, no more codes ever? Well, look, that would be disappointing if they do that, because when you look at other games, like, as I gave the example on Monday, people should watch that video where it showcases another game, another mobile game doing exactly the same. People don't like talking about that mobile game. I've enjoyed coming back to play it for a little while, but people don't like it. But the developer gives out promo codes, and they are live for. I picked up a promo code for that particular game that would be live for a year, like a previous anniversary. So that just goes to show you. And that was kind of like what I picked up from them was like, this really helped out. It might have been energy, it might have been something else. Like, it really did help out. Anyway, whatever. I think I'm done with kind of covering this on my point. I just don't. Yeah. It's not unfair to reward those that are spending their time to tune into our live streams and join other areas of the community. The same thing with me promoting. Like, I don't have to promote their Twitch streams. I don't have to do recaps, but I do it because, do you know what? It's good for the community. It's helpful for the community. It is concise. Yes, someone does a write-up on the forums. I do a write-up myself. I actually add in a little bit more detail to things that might have happened. A few jokes here and there that might have happened on that particular stream. But you know what? I do it because it's all about sharing information. And people are like, great, thanks for doing that, Rich. I didn't want to watch your 20 odd minute video, but I read your description. I liked watching your video and listening whilst I did something else. I felt caught up on a 2-hour live stream. And Rich, did you watch the live stream and enjoy it? Yes, I did. Should I recommend you to go and check out that live stream? Yes. But again, it's just down to like sharing. Why are we talking about not sharing a promo code? Honestly, right. Last time I'm covering this, unless something breaks again with it. But anyways, that's been the show. What are your thoughts on some of the matters? Check out some of the content located on screen, and I will see you in big coverage later on. It's big news day, it's big content day. Be excited about that. Stick your promo codes up, yeah.